Good morning. It is day 91 on the Pacific Crest Trail, and I come to you adorned in the latest fashion. I picked this up in town, and I'm glad I did because this section is particularly buggy. Many mosquitoes, but it's okay. I've got my new head net. DEET seems to be working amazingly. I don't think I've got any bites from the place where I put DEET this morning, so that's wonderful. It was surprisingly warm last night. I think I woke up and my legs weren't even underneath my quilt, so that was fun. But there was a fair bit of condensation in and around the tent, so I think I'm gonna try and dry it off when I have lunch today, and maybe my quilt too. I think there was a little bit of moisture there. But yeah, lovely night's sleep. I'm just on my way now to Dick's Pass. No inappropriate comments, please. Which I believe is the highest point in Northern California. It's just over 9,000 feet, I think. So, yes, as I said yesterday, I've got about 1,000 feet to go till I get to the top of it. And then in the next 25-ish miles, there's only another 3,000 feet of elevation gain to go. So hopefully should be a fairly cruisy day. I'm looking forward to it. Catch up in a bit. Hello again. The day was fairly cruisy. It wasn't too bad in terms of elevation or anything like that. Ended up doing about 26 miles. I did forget to dry out my tent and quilt during lunch, but there was time and sun to do it at the end of the day, which was great. I did struggle to keep the motivation going for some of the day. I think I got to about 18 miles in, and I just felt really kind of deflated. But I was thinking about it. It's really interesting how just wild it is, how much the difficulty of the hike changes depending on how I'm feeling. So, yesterday, the last 700 of the day were really painful, but in the morning I had 1,000 feet to start the day and it flew by. I think just because I was expecting it and it was the beginning of the morning, so it wasn't too hot. But today, about 18 miles in, was probably the hottest part of the day, and it was quite hot there. And there were also a whole bunch of blowdowns, especially after the Desolation Wilderness area. I've got some footage, a small snippet of how many blowdowns there were, and I think the heat and being slowed down by the blowdowns just kind of frustrated me quite a lot, so I struggled with that. But then I kind of sat myself down, had a bit of a cool down, had some water, and was able to kind of change my mindset. Music did help, so it's also the power of mindset, but also music. So I managed to make it to 26 miles, and with the music pumping, the tunes blaring, I felt re-energized, and it was fine by the end of the day. And I was done by 5:30, so big success. And I don't feel too bad physically, so all good. There were many butterflies that agreed that it was hot. They were all sunbathing on the path, so I walked through quite a few of them. I've got a little clip as well of that, of just them kind of drying out their wings, possibly enjoying the sun. I spent quite a lot of time thinking today, because I only saw 2 other PCT hikers today. There were a few, I think, Tahoe Rim Trail hikers, but weird to only see 2 PCTers out there. So I had a lot of time to think about things, and so I was mostly thinking about just things in the future, like what I want from a job or hobbies when I get back, because I want to keep this kind of same physical activity in my life. I want to stay strong and fit and able. So far I've got that I want it to be some kind of sporty social thing that may involve the outdoors. So still quite vague, but I'll keep thinking about it and maybe do some research later. Also started listening to the audiobook Hotel Avocado by Bob Mortimer. I read his other book, The Satsuma Complex, and quite enjoyed that. I enjoy him as a comedian, so it's fun listening to it be read by him. with all his little quirks and fun expressions. So enjoying it so far. I also camelled up for the first time in weeks because I'm at a dry camp and there was a bit of a gap between the last water and the next one. That's only about 6 miles from where I am now, so it's not too bad, but that was fun. We're back in some kind of a desert, so yeah, water is not as abundant as it was in the Sierras. I'm quite happy with my campsite. It is a little bit exposed and a bit windy, but it looks like there's a great sunset ahead and maybe a good sunrise if I wake up early enough. And the wind is also great for keeping the mosquitoes away. So yeah, in the evening I dried out my tent and my quilt, which as I said, I forgot to do at lunch, while I also tinkered with finding the best way to make cold soaking work. I think I'm getting closer to having a good system down, but we'll see how things go. And then I've just spent the last little bit of time planning the next few days, because I'm thinking I'm going to change my plan. I was going to go to Sierra City, but it looks like the resupply options there are quite expensive, so I might pull a slightly longer day, I think about 27 miles tomorrow, to get into Truckee and then resupply there where they've got a grocery outlet. And I can also get rid of all my bear can and everything, all the heavy stuff, like 2 to 3 days earlier than expected. So yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing. So I just need to figure out the next few days after that, like how much I need to resupply, because I'm currently carrying too much food for that. But yeah, I'll figure it out. Yeah, so potentially longer day tomorrow, but I shall see you there.